there's no relationship between prayer and what? And money. He said, preach the gospel to the poor. Now, I wanted to get offended. You get the point? Because now there's a relationship between what? There's a relationship between blind and see. The blind need to what? They need to receive sight.
Yes.
You understand? Get the point?
Yes.
Now, the deaf need to what? Yeah. Now, are you following me?
Yes.
Now, the lame need to walk. Their problem is walk. They need to walk.
Okay.
They need to be on their feet. The dead need to be raised. Now, Jesus, is it that the poor? Is it that you have issue with the poor? Why are you laughing? Are you getting my point? He said, let the poor have the gospel preached to them. Jesus, what is your issue with poor people? You get the point? Because the lame walk, the blind see. The poor, give them food.
True prayers. Those, okay. Excuse me, sir. You said the lame walk, the blind see. They see through prayer, right?
No. Let me finish. You understand?
Okay.
Now the blind see. Say, go and tell them that the blind. Go and tell John that the blind see. The blind receive their sight. The lame walk. The dead is being raised.
Okay.
You understand? Now, when you go to the poor, say, preach the gospel to the poor. What is the relationship between gospel and poor? Why don't you say teach them how to pray their way out of poverty? Why don't you say give them food?
Okay.
They are poor. Now I wanted to get offended. If you read Matthew 11 verse what? Verse 3 to 6 and Luke 7 verse 22 to 23. At the later part, he said, blessed are those that are not offended in me. In this thing that I have just said, blessed are you if you are not offended.
Wow.
You get the point? Because I wanted to get offended.
Yeah.
You said the blind receive their sight, which there's a relationship between blindness and sight.
Yeah.
The lame walk. There's a relationship between being lame and walk.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
The dead are being raised. There's a relationship. So what is the relationship between? Now, if you check the Bible, in the whole Bible, there are only 2 instances where the Bible talked about poor. He said, preach the gospel to the poor and also help the poor. Do you know why?
No.
Because those that you preach the gospel to, that refuse to receive the gospel will be poor. So they will need help. You get it? So you will need to help them. That's why no matter what you tell some people, no matter how you try to teach some people how to fish, they must be poor. They are used to receiving fish. You must always give them fish. So if you teach them, preach the gospel to them, and they are still poor, they will need help. That's why I say the 2 instances I said, either you preach the gospel to the poor or you help the poor. Because those that refuse to learn, adapt the right gospel, we need help. You understand? Now, on the principle of prayer is let the words of my mouth and the meditation of what? Of my heart. These are the 2 elements of prayer. So don't let sometimes when you hear pastor say, or when you hear papa in church, bishop, say, every Goliath in your family. Now, the prayers that leave Africa to heaven about money alone, it's not 7 billion. It's not 20 billion.
You are right, sir.
Over 90, let me just say 99.99% of prayers that leave Africa to heaven is about money. Now, when the pastor is saying, pray against the strong man in your family, pray against the Goliath in your family, now this is the prayer. This is the words of the man. Now you'll be surprised that the members will receive it as, when you hear the pastor stop, pray against Goliath, every Goliath in your family, the members will continue with their the meditation of their heart that is making me not to have money.
Yes.
Are you getting the point?
Yes.
Now, they said pray against foundation. The member will continue with his heart that is making me not to have money.
Yes.
Are you getting the point?
Yes, sir.
Prayer, I'm not against prayer. You get the point? Prayer is extremely good. In fact, in Matthew 16 verse 19, he said, I will give you the keys of the keys of the kingdom of heaven. And whatsoever you shall bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. Now it's keys. Prayer is not the key. Prayer is a key.
Yes.
Understand? Now, if Jesus was saying, let the poor have the gospel preached to them, not let them learn how to pray. That's why, sorry to say, get the point, sorry to say, if you look at the deliverance churches we have, compared to the churches that preach principles, you get, just like Winner Chapel, Living Faith, Redeem, Christ Embassy, yeah, glory to God, hallelujah. The deliverance churches are poorer. It's in deliverance churches you find poor people. Why? And let me quickly say this: there's a relationship between poor people and evil spirit. Sorry to say, that's why you don't see in those churches where they say glory to God, they preach principle. You hardly find a place where they deliver rich people, wealthy people. Have you seen a big man being delivered before, being possessed by with evil spirit before? You understand?
No, sir.
You get the point? Now, there's no relationship between prayer and what? And money. And in fact, the demon of poverty is very happy when you pray about money. Because you make the demon of poverty feel relevant. You understand? You make the demon of money feel relevant. What is the gospel? He said, preach the gospel to the poor. Remember, preach the gospel to the poor, preach the gospel. It's the gospel of principles. Now, that's why you see, principles has the nature of working even without knowing the principle. He that will not work will not eat. A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands, social poverty come upon thee. So whether the person is a Christian or is not a Christian, idol worshiper, as far as operating on these principles. Let me quickly say this: the only thing that a believer has more than an unbeliever is heaven. It's heaven.
Yes, sir.
And if God wanted you to just go to heaven, He will not leave you here on earth. You understand? If He wanted you to go to heaven straight, then there's no need. As you gave your life to Christ, you are just supposed to go straight.
Hmm.
Are you getting the point?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you pray for money and you see it, that does not mean God answers the prayer of money. It was in God's act of benevolence. And God does not run the earth on benevolence. I will show mercy to whom I will show mercy. I will show compassion to whom I will show compassion. It is not always. Now, if you say, but I pray, I receive money, I sell money. Now, it was in God's act of what? Benevolence. And this earth is run by principles, not benevolence. Are you getting the point?
Yes.
Understand? So remember, I said anything that is dragging you, that is pushing you to pray, that is subconsciously telling you to pray about money always, is directing you to what? Poverty. Because money and prayer is like this. Get the point? You have no relationship in common. Now, am I against prayer? No. Prayer is so good. I pray a lot. You understand? I'm not against prayer. It is a key. It is not the key. Thank you. You get the point? Now, God bless you. Jesus on the worldwide. Please do well to like, comment, and share this video. Okay? Remember, the easiest way to be a slave in this life is running away from knowledge. I love you.